Hi there, and welcome to this episode of Consciousness Motherfucking Empowerment. Here we talk about consciousness, spiritual laws, and how to reach your dreams. And this one is so resonant to this channel because I'm going to read the last part of one of the chapters that I'm going to go over. I'm going to go over 3 chapters because they're very fucking short. Okay. And I just felt that we had to go through them. All right. So, quote, so be yourself and enjoy life in your own divine way. Do not fear to be your true self, for everything you want is yours. End quote. And I've mentioned this a lot of fucking times. A lot of times you don't go after what you want because of fear, anxiety. I wanted these tats. I wanted them. But I was all like, oh, somebody gives me a paycheck, so I gotta make them happy, and then that was one of the logical ones. But when I when I did deep questioning, I said, okay, I'm kind of scared of getting the eye one, the one by my eye. This one it wasn't that much. I had more fear on this one, and then I said, what do I need to believe in order to have this experience? Well, my parents are not gonna love me, okay? They love me, they always will, and they always have, you know. And then another one came up was, yeah. I'm like, okay, even if they don't, even if I get this and they don't love me anymore, and they want to be around with me anymore, and so what? I love myself. I give myself love. Asking myself, can I love myself? Can I give myself compassion? Then being grateful. So being grateful and then telling myself that I am calm. That's self-validation. I don't need nobody else to give me that happiness, that peace of mind. I get happy and satisfaction, contentment from gratitude, right? From gratitude. So I get that from that. And then, where do I get my happiness from? That's gratitude, happiness, self-love. And then the affirmations that give you this relief. You know that affirmation is working after you say it a couple of times, or maybe just one time, and you get relief. But I digress, okay? So let's get started. I just want to share that because it's very important. And before we get started into the chapters, we're going to start with chapter 5, expressions from beginners. Okay, so these are going to be some stories that she shares. Before we get started, ask yourself, 1, are you ready to learn? 2, are you ready to be the highest version of yourself? What I just said. Quote, so be yourself and enjoy life in your own divine way, your way, what you want, not what I want, what you want. Do not fear to be yourself, for everything you want wants you. It's the moment you... All right, now they said yes to both of those questions. Let's get started. If you didn't, get the fuck out. Respectfully, because I want you to get the best of this information. If you're not ready, you're not gonna get the best. So this is better for you, right? So those who are still here, when you visualize something, even ask yourself a question, you start attracting that shit to you. You start attracting it to you. What you want wants you. Make sure it's what you want, not what your mama or daddy made you want to get, or society, or your teacher, or your friends. Make sure it's something you truly want. It'll resonate in the solar plexus right here, this area. This is where all the emotions are stored. They could be on your neck too for stress in your back, but like the good feeling thoughts come right here. And then it reverberates throughout, through your head, your toes. Because I've done this so much, I know where the feelings come from and how they reverberate through your body, and where the stress comes from and things like that, And meditation as well. When you relax your shoulders, jaw, arms, everything just relaxes. You can feel the tension come off your shoulders. Literally, that's what people say. Let me take the weight off your shoulders, like in sales. Like, let me take this weight off your shoulders, and I'll take care of you, or whatever. Depending on what you're selling, service or selling. That's a lot of people get services like accounting and things like that, because you take that weight off of a business owner's shoulders. Business owner just sends you their bank transcripts and their receipts and things like that, just transactions, and then the accountant does all the mental work. All right, so let's get started. Um, Suggestions for your mental picture. Okay, so here's a thing that she says. Okay, um, but hold on. I went a little too forward. My bad. The beginners, right? The beginners. Story of the beginners. Um, and that's right. Expressions from beginners. All right. So here's a story of a woman who would visualize herself married to a doctor. She wanted to be married to a doctor. I hope she didn't say that. Like Florence Scovel Shinn would say, she needed to do something with an affirmation with under grace and perfect ways. Let it be the divine plan. Because this woman in this story, she was dreaming of marrying a physician. Then she first wanted it. She cherished the dream. All right. The dream gradually formed into a stationary mental picture. Then, her first job was of a nursemaid in a physician's family. The wife of her employer, the doctor, died, and she married the doctor. Okay. So this is my like outside perspective of what was going on right here. Maybe her will caused that to happen, but I'm hoping that it was all under grace and perfect ways. There was no like karma that came back. Like in the story in Florence Scovel Shinn's book, there was a woman who wanted a home, so she visualized herself in that home. The owner died, and then she got it. She got the home, but then when she got the home, her husband died. You see what happened? It should have been under grace and perfect ways. Because we live on 3 levels. The physical, right now. See, you can bite yourself like, and it'll hurt you. Or you can kiss yourself and be joyful, physical. Now, you also have the mental. I had these thoughts. I'm sharing these thoughts to teach the planes of existence that we have. And then we think, how can I go X, Y, Z? How can I be relaxed? Things like that. What is my purpose? And you start attracting those thoughts and those energies to you through the thought, right? When you're a baby, I could have bit myself or touched the stove, and I wouldn't have known. I bit myself knowing that if I bit a little harder, it would bleed, or it did hurt a little bit because I bit myself kind of hard, but it wasn't like painful. It's just a little hurt. But I knew this consciously going in. And when you're a baby, you don't understand. It's called being naive and, like that and things like that. That's why it's important to teach the young the ways of life and our experiences, because they'll learn but from our stories. But I digress on that. So that's the level of thought. Then we have spirit, the divine. Okay, the divine. When we are linked with the divine and we ask guidance with an affirmation, guidance, okay? And that's why when we say, let this be done, let this be done under grace in perfect ways. And you're linked with the divine. And then you have the thoughts of the divine. And then you take the actions of the divine. And then you are living heaven on earth. I have a sign up here that says heaven on earth. Because that's how it is. That's how it is. That's how it has to be when you're linked, when you're plugged in. And here's another story of a woman who manifested for $100. She's an older woman. She went to the judge because she had stolen a glass of milk. But she did this through faith. She was visualizing. She didn't know how it was going to come. But she got arrested. She went to the judge, and the judge said, "Oh, what's your name?" "Okay, we were actually looking for you. I'm the executor to this estate." So there was a trust and there was an estate. And I don't know if it's a physical estate, but the estate was that she had to be given $500. And so I said, "I'm gonna give you the $500." And so the judge not only gave her the $500, but paid her the bill for stealing the milk. And then she got a police officer to make sure that she got a place to stay. So she had kind of like a guide, or she like a, what's it called? Kind of like a butler, you could say. Somebody who was making sure she's taken care of. So he drove her there, made sure she got a place to stay. Because she was I think she was a vagabond. Yeah. So yeah, that's the story of a woman. But here's what Genevieve writes, because this was in the newspaper. Quote, I learned later that this little woman had been desiring and mentally picturing $500, while at the same time ignorant of how it would possibly come to her. But she kept her vision and strengthened it with her faith. Just hold on to the vision. Hold on to your vision with faith. Make sure this was what you truly want. Make sure it's what you truly want, because if not, you're not going to hold on to the vision. Now here's another story. Okay. Oh no, it's more of guidance. And it's more of revision. Just like Neville Goddard talks about revision. And it's from an article, Good Housekeeping by Addington Bruce. She writes what he says. Quote, form the habit of devoting a few moments every day to thinking about your work in a large, broad, imaginative way, as a vital necessity to yourself and as a useful service to society. Right? It's a vital necessity to yourself. So make sure you do it, because it's, it brings you that joy as well. Like I was talking about earlier. You get that joy, that happiness, that contentment yourself from the gratitude and from visualizing and then being grateful for that, because you already have it. And then all this makes sense when you understand that everything is spiritual and mental, and there's a spiritual/mental prototype of everything that you see. Okay, everything is divine. Everything, everyone. Oh, whoa! I felt so soothing to say and understand. That's when you know fear and death is bullshit, because you have nothing to fear. Nothing to fear. It's you and you. It's you for you. So you can be for you by being grateful, visualizing and being grateful for that vision, and having faith and feeling good on those steps. Okay? Using those steps. Gratitude, vision, and faith. Gratitude, vision, and faith. Gratitude, vision, and faith. Shit, let me write that shit down too. Fuck. Gratitude, vision, and faith. All right. I'll write it right here. Gratitude, vision, and faith. Now, suggestions for making your mental picture. Okay. She has 2 suggestions. Do it before you go to bed and when you wake up. So she wants you to maybe go to bed a little bit earlier and wake up a little bit earlier if you're not doing this now, so that you do it. Okay. I have this time. I like to do an hour, just sit down, drink, relax my body, just some gratitude, and then visualize, and even just meditate. So I take about an hour to do that. I wake up at 5 a.m., 4:45, alarm goes off, I lay in my bed, stay, thank you, visualize a little bit, wake up, feed my cats, get dressed. Then it's like 5:30, and at 5:30 I do some visualization, a little bit more visualization, meditation, and just drink my coffee. And then at 6 o'clock I do my video, and then 7 o'clock I'm ready to shower or go to the gym, etc. Just begin my work, start uploading the videos, just start working. Just start, by 7 o'clock I'm working already. I'm making whatever where the money's coming from, right? Making avenues for money. On YouTube, you don't have to pay me to watch this. I know that I paid $10,000 to learn this information, around 7,000 plus. But I say about 10,000 because that felt like 10,000. For Bob Proctor coaching, and another 3,500 for my dating coach. Those are some very powerful coaching experiences that I had. And there's other coaches, smaller coaches that I had in between there. So there you go. That's more than 10,000. But the YouTube also pays because of the ads and stuff like that. So YouTube also pays. But I digress. So what I'm saying is, I'm being productive. My life is becoming more productive because I'm gaining more money, and I can be more expressive of what I desire and what I am. You know, I could buy more supplies like my lights, I have my studio lights, better cameras, you know, maybe hire staff, and just to make the experience better, okay? And just make it better, you know? So that's what she recommends. And then she says, go and ask these questions, okay? Go into a room where you will be not disturbed, meditate a few moments upon the practical working of the law of visualizing, and ask yourself, how did all things come about? How did the things about me first come into existence? How can I get more quickly in touch with the supply? So ask yourself this question. You know, you're doing this, if you're doing this in the morning, you're getting this information because you learned that all things come from spirit and thought. Spirit is the substance, thought, consciousness, and thought. Consciousness creates a thought, and then it's projected onto the physical, okay, time and space. But that's how spirit is projected. When spirit thinks, when consciousness thinks of something, it naturally flows and it's projected into physical. That's how spirit is expressed. That's how we express ourselves, by talking and by our emotions. And if we say if we're feeling good or not feeling good, we express ourselves, and we see ourselves physically, or just possibly, hey, I'm doing good. Hey man, how you doing? I'm doing great. I'm blessed. I'm blessed, man. Thank you. Or you say, how are you? And so we express ourselves like that. But when spirit, consciousness, divine mind expresses itself, it creates that idea like, oh, I want to feel love. Okay, it creates a feeling. It wants to feel love, so it creates a thought, and then that thought, naturally, like how we express ourselves, oh, I feel great, or I don't feel that good, and your body's all like, so you're like, oh, I feel great, and so that's your expression of feeling great. How spirit expresses itself, if it says, oh, I feel great, it manifests something physically. That's how it expresses itself. It's a one thing. It's a beautiful thing, and we have that power within us to hold that thing in, and guess what? It's gonna express. Having so much fun. All right. So that's what you got to do. You got to ask yourself those questions. How do things come into existence? How can I get in touch with my supply? So you know how things came into existence. I just shared how I can get in touch with supply by being grateful to God. Being grateful, recognizing, doing a little prayer. However you want to recognize. How do you recognize somebody? Say, hi, God. Or hi, Mom, Dad. Or hi, Spike, my papa. Hi, Destiny. You're recognizing them. When I walk into a room, I recognize everybody. I say, good morning. I wave to them and look at them. So you recognize God, okay? Then this is kind of deep, right? She says, go carefully into thought, principle back of the thing, established in personal experience. Make it a fact in consciousness. So why do you want a certain thing? A partner, love. Money, freedom, or whatever it may be. Power, or whatever it is. For me, it's freedom. Money for me is like, just, I feel free. I am free, I am free, I am free. So I feel the freedom of having money, so I'll get it. And love, just feel loved. Just feel loved. Then you feel the love, and then you attract the love. Health. I don't know, health, I've always had health. So something that I've always had because I've always been very athletic. And for me, health is just strength and vitality. Power, strength, vitality. Because you move in that. When I'm in the gym, I feel powerful. I feel vitality. So that's what health is. Power, vitality. For me, And energy, power, vitality. Those are all synonymous, very synonymous. And perfect self-expression, which Genevieve Behrend says is the square of life, is being connected to the divine and being that perfect divine image. Okay, divine. The game of life is the square of life, which is life, love, health, and perfect self-expression, which is all in the divine. Living that divine image in the physical. But when people don't have this shit, they don't have this information, they're living in the physical only. Yeah, I know it's unfortunate, but that's why I'm here. All right, that's why I'm fucking here. To empower you. Some of you might be next inventors, next poets, next athletes, next teachers, next politicians. Okay? And I'm all here for it. And she says this, right? Know the feeling, and then now you have that feeling, and it just says take deep breaths. 10 deep breaths. Sit down somewhere and relax and allow light come into your solar plexus. And then see a rays of like dust light come through you. All right. And at the same time, you have a circle around you. Okay. A circle around you. So first, breathe here in the center and then create a circle around you and then see rays of light coming through you. So you have a circle around you and rays of light. And then you make a statement. There is but one life, one substance, and this life substance of the universe is finding pleasure in self-recognition in me. Okay, I put me because he wrote you. All right, so she's using affirmations from the beginning. From the beginning, you can make affirmations for, recognizing God and knowing how all things are made. And then the affirmation she shares, and she said give you exact affirmations. She says just create them on your own. That's fucking amazing, because then you really gotta think, and then like create that one affirmation that impacts you. And she says, when you visualize yourself already with the possession of it. She says in the beginning, whether your desire is a state of consciousness or a possession, large or small, begin at the beginning. If you want a house, begin by seeing yourself in the kind of house you desire. Go all through it, taking careful note of the rooms where the windows are situated and such other details as help you feel the reality of your picture. You might change some of the furniture about and look into some of the mirrors just to see how healthy, wealthy, and happy you look. I love looking at mirrors when I visualize. That's how I got my body. That's how I got my physique. I would just see my body. Now, it's amazing because I don't even eat that much. I eat like 2 meals a day. Maybe one meal is 900 calories, and then my second meal is maybe like 400 calories. So that's 1,400 calories. And my muscles are still intact. They're still swole. I'm like, how is this possible? I used to just count my calories, but it's my belief. It's already into concrete. Like my belief in my physique it's already a habit. It's already it's a thought in my subconscious mind, and it's already projected into the screen of space. And it's just like, wow. Yes, I still eat protein. I make sure I eat protein and my carbs and things like that. I fast until noon, and that's how I eat, And when I eat too much, because I feel so good, well, not good, but clarity of mind when I'm not eating in the first half of the day and I'm working. Like right now, I haven't ate. I have a clarity of mind, but as soon as I eat, the blood flows there, and I get a little lethargic when I overeat. But if I just have one burger, maybe in a cup of water, I'm like energetic. I'm like, let's go. But if I eat the burger with fries and a soda, then I'm just like temperance. That's like with alcohol too. If you drink too much and you black out and you're like, what the hell happened? You're like, bro, same thing. You eat so much soda, fries, and a burger, and you're like, you black out too. It's like your body's telling you, like, don't do it. Like, same with the like not getting sleep. You're up all late and just black out. Body just shuts down. See how all this shit is happening? Temperance. And everyone has their own. Temperance means like doing things in moderation, not too elation, not too high. Things to remember. We're at 24. All right, so I'm gonna go over things to remember tomorrow. I'll make sure to read it again. But I want to share something that in one of the things to remember is that this quote, the seventh, so this is the number 7. I'm going to go over the 7th tomorrow. The 7th and great thing of remember, let me say it again. I don't know why it didn't sound right. Quote, The seventh and great thing to remember in visualizing is that you are making a mental picture for the purpose of determining the quality you are giving to the previously undifferentiated substance and energy, rather than to arrange the specific circumstances for its manifestation. That is the work of the creative power itself. It will build its own forms of expression quite naturally if you will allow it, and save you a great deal of needless anxiety. When you really want is expansion in a certain direction, whether of health, wealth, or whatnot. And so long as you get it, as you surely will, if you confidently hold to your picture, what does it matter whether it reaches you by some channel which you thought you could count upon, or through some other of whose existence you had no idea? Right? So why do you care if your desire fucking comes from that specific route or another route? Right? As long as you get what the fuck you want. And I'm saying this is because, I don't know why, there's people that just want a certain thing. Like, they're like, oh, you're just like, let the divine, if it's gonna be that, let it be the divine plan. You can say that and then add the quote, the part, okay, I'm so happy and grateful now that I have this type of business, so it's very specific, and I'm earning this amount of money under grace in perfect ways. And then even more, you can even add even more. So under grace means under the divine plan and nothing bad happens. Okay, under grace in perfect ways. And then you can add even more by saying, this or something better. That is the divine plan. Okay, meaning you'll take this route or another route if it's the divine plan. Okay, same with love and a specific person. There's so much out there about a specific person. I'm like, what are you guys doing? Do you guys actually even read? Do you guys actually fucking read this information? The masters are telling us. They tell us, even Bob Proctor tells us, like, don't put a face on the person. Don't ask for a specific person. Don't ask for a specific route. Only God knows the right route. Okay? If you want a certain amount of money, how much do you want? Okay, ask for that amount of money. Don't ask it to come from selling Pokemon cards. What if somebody could come in your door right now and just be like, boom, 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 boom. You open the door, hey man, are you Miguel Martinez? Yeah, I'm Miguel Martinez. Well, you used to have a teacher in Roland Elementary who was very wealthy, and she said that she wanted to leave you this in her will. It's $1 million. It's for you a day. You know, it's passive income. What the fuck? And you're over here forcing God, the divine mind, universal mind, Allah, whatever, Krishna, whatever you want to call it, the creator, the super conscious mind. You're forcing it that route? Come on, man. Or what if there's a wife or husband who's just like, oh my God, worships the ground you walk on, loves you, cherishes you, respects you, loyal to you. Whatever your dreams are, they support it. But you're with this person and you don't even know who they are. You've never even lived with them. And you're like, I want this specific person. All right. She says that the seventh thing, it's the longest. There's 7 things. That's like one of the longest, biggest ones that she shares. Okay. So now, thank you for being here. Let's do a little visualization. Okay, a little visualization. Think of the thing that you most want right now. Just be honest with yourself. What is it that you most want? Okay. Forget everything else. Let go of everybody else's opinions. What do you want the fucking most? Relax your mind. Relax your body, jaw, arms, and legs. Take a deep breath. Let's take 10, like Genevieve says. Center it on your solar plexus and exhale. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Push your stomach in a little bit when you exhale. Now close your eyes. And know that everything comes from God. And then you're now using that same spiritual substance that God used to create everything with his consciousness. You're using now your consciousness. All right, mold it. You're molding, you're using your imagination. This power, the power that you have to hold an image, okay, is your co-creative power, okay? You are the power lathe. You are the power tool, okay? And you are holding this thought now. Holding the thought. See it now. It is yours, you know. See it in your possession. See it in your possession. Take a deep breath. Now run the image again. See it in your possession. Now one more deep breath. Open your eyes. Relax and sit in the knowing that it's already yours. And the universal mind, God, the creator, the universe will bring that image into physical reality because that's how it operates. That's how it expresses itself. How we express ourselves by being happy, smiling like this. It expresses itself physically. You know, it's polar opposite. And so you have that power to create, you know, and just sit in that feeling. All right. I hope you like this one. Until next time, make sure to like if you feel like liking this, comment whatever you want to comment below, and you feel like commenting, more than welcome. Subscribe if you feel like subscribing to get more videos like this, and hit the notifications if you want to know when the next video comes out. And share this if somebody came to mind. I love you. Until next time, peace.